Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Pro tip, men. Send your women to the spa. Give her a bunch of hundos for shopping. Watch the kids at home. And watch sports all day. Let's go. Hey, happy Sunday morning, everyone. It's Craig Benny, a.k.a. Cash Cake, back with another MLB no runs first inning video here at Prizepicks. I found 4 that I did like this morning. We got a lot of double headers again. Just the rain this whole week has kind of cluttered things up a little bit. But found 4 games I did like. We'll talk about each and every one of them. You guys said you wanted more of these no runs first inning, so I'm going to keep them coming. And again, if you like these videos, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and we'll keep these things moving along. So with that, let's dive right in and check out these 4 games on tap for today. All right, like always, we have the MLB Prizepicks desktop version up here. They also have a mobile app you can download and check it out. And if you do not have an account, make sure you head on over there and use that promo code DFSArmy and get 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Link is in the description below. All right, like I said, I got 4 of them here. As you noticed, we got quite a few double headers here. Just the rain, man. It seems like every day we get 3 or 4 games postponed the last couple games. And this Mets and Philly, I think the last 2 games, last 2 days, they've been postponed. So I looked around a little bit to try to find out which game that's going to be the one that I put up here twice. I think the last 2 days I put this up here. And I'm pretty sure it's game 2. You have to make sure. I think game 1, it's going to be Bassett and Eflin pitching. And I think game 2 is still Max Scherzer and Kyle Gibson, and that's the one that I want. So I think it's game 2. Just double check when you're putting these in that it's game 2 with this Mets and Philly game, because I want the one with Max Scherzer and Kyle Gibson. Now Scherzer is 5-0 so far this year, and no runs first inning. Kyle Gibson is 4-1. There's no line that's out there at all, and I think a lot of that has to do with, they're trying to figure out maybe who's starting what game. Like I said, I went out there and there was to be determined on MLB's page who was going to start, but pretty sure that's who's going to start. But like I said, double check that. Kind of look at the offenses on those for the Mets. They've only scored 2 runs in the first inning over the last 10 games. Philly has scored 3 runs in their last 10 games in the first inning. So I still like the no runs first inning here, especially if they're game 2. Maybe those offenses get a little tired after that first game, but it's one that I want to attack. There's no reason I'd not want to take it today if I want to take it the last 2 days. So we're going to jump right on that one. And if we look at their 2021 numbers a little bit, for Scherzer, he's with the Dodgers 88% of the time. He did not give up a run in the first inning, 14-2, and Kyle Gibson was 7-4. But he seems to be a little bit better of a pitcher this year than he was last year so far. So small sample size, but he only pitched 11 times last year. But his home record was 4-0. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But that's one that I've wanted to talk about for a while, and just make sure it's that game that they're starting. So either game 1 or game 2 that you click it. The one with Scherzer starting. Sorry, let's make the under here. And the next one we're going to go to is, I'm pretty sure it's the first game. Again, you have to double check, but when I went over to MLB and looked at it, it looked like game 1 we were going to have Zach Greinke and Jordan Lyles start. So that's the one you want. I'm pretty sure it's game 1. Greinke is 4-1 this year and no runs first inning, and Lyles is 5-0. We actually have odds on this one. It's -150 on the under here. So it's one that I do like. And if we look at the offenses for KC, they've only put up runs twice in the last 10 games, and Baltimore has not put up a run in the first inning over the last 10 games. So really good no runs first inning here for these guys. And if we look just overall, no runs first inning for these offenses, they're getting it around a 92% clip. So you kind of have to like it. We're going to take the under on this game here. Again, I'm pretty sure it's game 1 that Greinke's starting, so then you might want to double check that. But just looking at everything, it looks like Greinke and Lyles is starting game 1, and Lynch and Zimmerman are going to start game 2. So that's the second one that we do like here. Third one we like, we're actually going to go down to my Cubbies all the way down here. We got the Dodgers at the Cubs. Now it makes me a little bit nervous with this one. We have Walker Buehler on one side of it. He's 5-0 this year with not giving up a run yet in the first inning, and Stroman's been 4-1 so far, not giving up in the first inning. But so the pitchers I think are doing halfway decent. The one thing that worries me is the offense is a little bit. Not so much for the Cubs. They've only put up 2 runs in the last 10 games. However, the Dodgers have put up runs in the first inning in 6 of the last 10 games. So that gives me a little bit of pause. So that's the Sunday night baseball game today. Usually all day baseball on Sunday, and we get the Sunday night baseball game. So if you want to maybe skip that one, I can understand. But I'm kind of going to roll with it here. If we kind of look at last year's stats for pitching. Again, both pitchers did really well in the first inning. Walker Buehler was 28-8 in the first inning, 78% of not giving up a run in the first inning, and Stroman was actually stronger, 28-4 at an 88% clip of not giving up a run in the first inning. So look at last year's stats and this year's stats. I'm just going to kind of roll with it here. There's no line out there yet, so maybe you want to wait and see what the line is going to be, if it's juiced up on the under or not, and people are hitting that. But one thing you can kind of look at and if you want to take it or not, just kind of give you some stats to look at, and you can decide if you want to pull the trigger on that or not. But that's one that I'm going to throw up there, and that's one of the ones that I'm going to play. But the only thing is that Dodgers offense is just ridiculous, and it does give me a little bit of pause. So that would be the one thing to consider if you're considering that one, is just that offense. And then the fourth one, I only got 4 today, digging up. We're going to go Marquez with Colorado. He's 5-0. Without giving up a run in the first inning. And then Zach Gallen of Arizona. He's 4-0, giving up a run in the first inning. So no, both of them haven't given up a run in the first inning. See if it's on the board now, there it is. So look at those offenses as well. The juice is at -135 on the under as well. Like I said, combined, they're 9-0, not giving up a run in the first inning. We look at the offenses a little bit for those teams. Colorado is 8-2 over their last 10, so only giving up a run twice out of the last 10 games, and same with Arizona, only twice out of the last game. And total, they are 22-5, so 81% clip of not giving up a run in the first inning. So pretty good odds. Looking across the board there, like I said, that juice is -135. Some other plays that I'm not on, but if you wanted to maybe dig in a little deeper just to give you some odds, I'm not going to personally play, but I'll throw them out there. Is this Oakland and Twins game? Juice is on the under, -150. Jeffries and Paddock on the mound, but Jeffries 3-2 this year of no runs first inning, and then Paddock is 2-2. So I didn't really want to touch that one, looking at how the pitchers have done, but the juice is on the under pretty heavily if you want to look at that one. That's one that kind of stuck out on the odds side, but I didn't want to pull the trigger. Same thing with Miami and San Diego. If you want to look at this one a little bit, Rogers and Musgrove. Rogers is 2-3, no runs first inning, and Musgrove is 3-2 this year. And the juice is -160 on the under. I am not going to pull the trigger on that one. Maybe you want to go on the other side and take the plus money. Looking at those pictures of how they've given up runs, it's +120. But again, looking at the pitchers and what they've done this year, I don't want to touch that, even, looking at the juice. So those are two that kind of stood out that I wasn't going to pull the trigger on, but kind of stood out odds-wise and looking for value. But just digging into the stats a little bit, I didn't care for. So kind of do with that what you will. So out of the 4 that we have here, I want to say that the Royals and Orioles is my favorite, and then the Mets, Philly is second. And then I'm probably going to go down here to the Rockies and Arizona is number 3rd. And I'll go the Dodgers and Cubs number 4, just because of that Dodgers offense scares me a little bit. So there's 4 for no runs first inning. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, treat those moms well today, man. They're well deserved. Allow us to do what we want to do. Again, send those women to the spa, man. Give them some money. Enjoy some sports. And see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.